Most AI tools these days seem to be really impressive proofs of concept, really cool to play with, but sort of easily forgotten after that. I think ChatGPT is a really good example of this for the average person. It's incredibly powerful, but it's kind of hard to find that real-world value with such an open-ended tool. I feel like for these tools to be really useful, they need to be combined with some sort of proprietary data or built around a really focused user experience flow that guides you to getting something really intentional or valuable out of the tool. There are a few tools and apps out there, though, that are doing this really well, and I wanted to share with you a few that I find myself coming back to regularly and, finding really useful. Our first tool is called AudioPen. Now, this is made by just one guy, which I love. It's a voice recorder that makes sense of rambling, disorganized voice recordings, and it turns them into structured, well-written notes. You just hit record, start talking, not worrying about pauses, punctuation, doubling back, or making sense in general. And then you let AudioPen's AI work its magic. You can talk for up to 3 minutes at a time, like right away from this landing page without signing up at all. It's just like a free demo that you can use right away. Or if you want to talk for longer, you can talk for up to 15 minutes per recording on one of their paid plans. So let's try it out, see how it works. Okay, let's just say I'm recording a note here. I'm just rambling about stuff. It's listening to me now. Let's say okay, let's play this video. I want to make a video about AI tools that I'm using myself that I find useful, that I think, worth sharing and talking about. And the first one is this one, AudioPen. So we're given a quick demo of AudioPen at the moment, and I guess we'll see how the AI and the tool turns this absolute ramble of a thought into something that actually is, well written and nice to read and good to look back on. And I can just kind of say whatever I want here, really, and mumble about a bit and kind of get my thoughts straight, and it'll turn this into something that, I can use later on. So let's have a look and see what it does. And here we are. Exploring AI Tools AudioPen Test. I want to make a video about AI tools that I find and that I use and find helpful. Cool. So it's condensed everything I said that I rambled around and put it into this nice structured paragraph. You can also then view the original transcript here. So here's everything I'd said and that it turned into this summary up here. And then I can, with a paid account, I can then go in and rewrite this if I want to with different parameters. I can say, make this longer, shorter, and a different tone of voice, and get it to sound exactly the way I want it to sound. The paid plan lets you do a lot more. So like I said, you can specify your writing style. You can link it up with Zapier if you want to do some automations. You can upload external audio files. You get a little blog as well if you want to publish your notes that you're recording through your voice. And you get things like folders and search and organization and things like that. I love using this while I go for walks. So when I'm away from my computer screen and my mind has a chance just to think and zone out and have ideas that aren't constrained by a screen. It's really nice just being able to ramble and kind of think out loud into my phone while walking and not worry about organization or structure or making sense or anything like that at that point. And then I can come home, open up my computer, and all my notes are there already written nicely, organized, and ready for me to look through. So AudioPen right now is a web app, as you're seeing here, but it also works really well on the mobile site if you add that to your home screen as sort of a progressive web app on iPhone or Android. And as I said, it's free for those little 3-minute snippets and all those extra features if you're wanting to save all your notes and sign up for the paid plan. Okay, our second is called Limitless. Now, Limitless have some massive ideas when it comes to AI. I think this little pendant here really illustrates that. This is something they're making that is meant to kind of clip onto your shirt or wherever, really, and listens to everything you say and hear throughout the day so that you can go back and revisit it and it'll summarize it for you and you can search for all the stuff you heard and said. That is a whole other conversation about privacy. So I'm not going to talk about that today. What I am going to talk about is their app, their desktop app. So I'll go to meetings here and I'll show you what this does. So this is a lot simpler than a pendant. This runs in the background of your computer while you are in meetings for work. And it does 4 levels of assistance, I guess. So I'll go through them here. They're very helpfully on their homepage here. The first is meeting preparation. So what this does here, it gives you some information about the attendees that are going to come to your meeting, what you may have talked about previously with them through its own data that it last heard from previous meetings with these people, any context you might have or need, just kind of everything that you would need to know about this meeting before it happens. Once the meeting starts then, it creates a live transcription, as we can see here on this page here. It writes down everything that's said as it's being said, just kind of type it away as you're talking. It then, on the fly, turns this transcription into structured notes, which I think, yes, here we go. So this is really cool. It organizes everything that's said under dot points, under specific topic headers, and it automatically creates new headers and sections and dot points as new topics come up as you talk. So you can kind of focus entirely on talking without worrying about making notes at the same time. And then at the end of the call, it takes all of this, the transcription, the notes, and it creates a summary for you. Now, I think this is my favorite part because of the action items it creates. So it can tell who's in the meeting, it can tell whose voice is saying what, and it remembers names of each person based on their voice, and then assigns tasks to each person based on everything that was said during the meeting. So you get next steps, you get full, like it says here, key updates. It'll make contextual headers based on what was talked about, so they're unique. It's a unique summary every time. And I love this because I can just focus on talking. I have a lot of meetings with work, so I can just focus entirely on chatting with the person and not worry about trying to multitask, taking notes or figuring out what the action items are. Just knowing this is running in the background, doing it all for me. It has only just launched though in the last couple of weeks, so it can be a bit buggy. And there are some key features that haven't launched at all yet and that are still on the way. I think the main one that stood out to me was their privacy feature, which is a really interesting privacy feature. Because the AI can identify different speakers by their voice and know who's saying what, it won't actually record and transcribe each person's voice until it gets verbal confirmation from each speaker that they consent to being recorded or transcribed during the call. So if they don't give consent, it just won't transcribe anything they say. I guess it'll just be blanked out or just won't have any text there for that person's lines. Cool idea, really cool idea, but hasn't launched yet at all. So there are still features that are still on the way and still coming. But for now, you can access it on the web like we're looking at here. There's a Mac app, there's a Windows app, and because it works by working with the system audio of your computer, it should work with whatever video conferencing software or platform you're using already. Okay, this one's slightly different. We're working with audio instead of text this time. This is, as you can see here, Adobe's Podcast Beta. This is part of their suite of tools for podcasters. They've got a whole bunch of AI tools for working with audio. And this one in particular cleans up your audio, enhances your audio, makes it sound like you've recorded it with a professional microphone in a professional recording studio. No matter what mic you use, no matter how echoey your room is, it makes it sound really, really nice. I actually use this tool all the time. I really like it. I've used it on all my most recent videos. I'm using it right now. Here's what my audio sounds like beforehand, just with this little mic here. And here's what it sounds like afterwards, after enhancing it. Actually, let's try this. Here's what my audio sounds like straight from the camera. And here's what Adobe did with that particular audio straight from the camera afterwards. It's not bad, hey? It really impressed me. Okay, using this is super simple. All you do, you just upload your file, let the app do its thing, and download. Super easy. There's nothing else to it than that. It is a free tool, which is awesome, but it means it has some limitations. You do have, what do we have here? 30 minutes max duration and 1 hour total daily limit for your audio files. You can increase these though if you do sign up for the paid plan. So there are options there depending on how much audio you work with on a daily basis. As I mentioned, this is part of a larger suite of AI tools for audio and podcasting. So they've got a couple of tools up here, but this mic check one is also very cool. I thought I'd show you that really quickly. So the idea is you use this before you record your podcast or your video or go on a call, whatever you're using your microphone for. And I'll press test mic. How is my microphone set up and placement? And I'll go stop test there. And it'll tell me how I land on all of these parameters here. So my distance is good. Looks like I've got too much gain. Background noise is fine and echo is right on the edge. This room is a little bit echoey. So yeah, really handy for if you're about to record something, just to run it through this and just see how everything is going and adjusting your settings if need be. Pretty sure for this one though, you do need an Adobe account. I don't think it needs to be a paid account though, so you can just sign up for free and then use this tool here. But yeah, Adobe's got some cool audio stuff. Our last one is an iOS browser app called Arc Search. And even outside of AI, it's just a fantastic browser in its own right. It's beautifully crafted and well designed, and has some really good ideas UX-wise around how we use browsers on our phones in ways that are different to how we use browsers on our desktops. The main AI feature right now, the big headline one, is called Browse for Me, and it works like this. So you enter a search term. This usually works best with simple questions, and then you tap Browse for Me. Arc Search then reads a bunch of pages and info and builds you a custom page with your answer, including headings for different sections, emojis, visuals, quotes, this fully kind of visual, interactive, custom web page, all unique to the question you asked, and including, importantly, the sources that it's pulling from, so you can read in more depth and check that it's actually saying things that are true. This is great for quick questions and getting information, which is one of the main things we do use mobile browsers for. but not really a replacement for reading more in-depth, nuanced writing like blog posts or journalistic publications and things like that, where the detail and the actual writing and the length and depth itself is the value. So keep in mind what you're using it for to get the best value out of it. But yeah, it's great for those quick queries and quick searches you often find yourself coming up with while you're out and about day to day with your phone. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you tried any of these out. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know if you have any favorites as well that I might not have heard of. Please leave them in the comments. I love trying new tools. Would love to try them out. And yeah, that's it. All right. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.